Hi guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yes, miss. Hi.
How are you, dear?
Good.
Oh, here's Yusuf. Hi, Yusuf. Where are the rest, guys? You are allowed to open your videos for like 2 or 3 minutes so that we can check on all of you. Hi, Fairuz, Omar, and Marwan Islam. Hi, Marwan. Habiba. Hi, guys. I miss all of you. Hannah. You look great, guys. I hope you're all doing good. Of course, I chose today to open the camera so that I can see all of you and you see me back, as it's the final the final live session. I'm going to really miss all of you until I see you next year. And what is this, Yusuf, and who is this?
It's my brother.
Are you going to shoot all of us or what?
I hope.
Whoa. Hi, Karma. How are you, dear? Oh, please don't shoot me. Okay, guys, if you can open your videos for just a minute, then take a screenshot out of this glorious moment, please.
Miss
Maya and Jaden. Oh, Omar, Esther. Oh, guys, I miss you all very much. I'm going to cry. Yes?
Miss, will you teach us in year 5?
Hopefully I will, inshallah. Okay, Yassine. Hi, Yassine. Muhammad. How are you all, guys? I hope you're all doing great. Esther, open the camera, and Hannah, Muhammad, please do so that we can take a screenshot of all of us. Yes, and Ruqayya.
Miss, can you see me?
Yes, I can see all of you. And Ahmed. Hi, Ahmed. Hi. All right. Okay. Where did you go, Ahmed? All right. Okay, guys. So I'm going to count till 3 and then I'm going to take a screenshot. So please smile, everyone. Okay. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Smile. Another one. This is Hannah Hussein. Hannah, you're upside down, dear. Can you fix it so that we can take another picture? All right. Give her a second. I think I'm lagging, right? Something went wrong. Would you give me a minute, please? Yeah.
I don't think you lagged, Miss.
You're not lagging.
Okay, so someone now is lagging. Whoever just stopped is lagging.
Talking. I wait until the vacation comes.
What?
No more anything. I don't have to always go and then go to an exam or a quiz.
Okay, Yusuf, I can't hear a single word from you.
Ahmad, I got Ahmad, I'm saying I hope I can't wait until the vacation because no more exams and quizzes and I can play a lot of PlayStation by myself.
That rhymes. Yusuf, that rhymes.
Quiz model.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stop
Something was wrong
talking.
with my connection, guys. I'm sorry. So now let's start. We're going to start because we don't want to waste any more time. So now you can turn off your videos, please, and mute your mics. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. So I made
Yeah.
you like
Yes.
okay, I made you this PowerPoint, guys, that has like the summary of everything that that's going to be included in your exam. I am going to finish each part. We have 4 parts, as you all know, that is included in your exam. So I'm going to finish each part, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask any questions if you have any questions. Okay?
Okay.
You can see the screen.
Miss, but the course is not coming in the exam, right?
Yes, it's not coming in the exam, dear. All right.
Yes, you will upload it on in Moodle
What?
or Miss, you're uploaded on Google Classroom or Moodle.
No, I'm going to upload this video that we're going through now on the Google Classroom. Okay, and it will include the PowerPoint and all your questions too, and everything that I will stress on. So it's better to be uploaded as a video. All right?
Miss.
Okay.
Yes, Kinda.
Will you?
Miss.
No. Please mute your mics. Anyone has a question, raise your hand. You know the rules. Yes, Kinda. Yes, Ruby. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, Ruby.
Miss.
Mm-hmm.
Are these the only 4 things that will come in the exam? Nothing else?
Yes, only those 4.
Oh, so it's going to be so easy.
Okay. Yes, Fayrouz.
Miss, will you upload this what we are doing now on the Moodle or on Google Classroom?
Google Classroom.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Yusuf.
Miss, are you gonna upload anything on Moodle? Not because my Moodle is not working because this is
No.
my laptop.
No. Everything will be on Google Classroom.
Okay.
All right. Ruqayya?
Miss, I have a question regarding the project.
Yes, dear.
Miss, why did you give me 32 out of 35?
Well, there is a rubric, Ruqayya, that I included in the video that shows everything, the questions related to the project. So I asked for a picture in every slide. I asked for extra information. If you can give me, all of those are in the rubrics. So you can go back to the rubric and find out what exactly made me give you a less mark. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Karma, yes, Karma. Karma, do you have a question, dear?
Yeah, Miss, sorry, I had a problem.
You're lagging. I cannot hear you.
33 out of 35, and I added for me.
Okay, guys, just give me a...
Miss, why did you give me?
Miss, why did you give her 33 out of 35? Miss?
Guys, you know,
Miss,
it's muting.
Miss is muted.
Miss?
Yes.
I think the miss is muted.
Yeah, she is actually.
Guys, who's the host?
I
The miss, but the miss is inside, and but she's mute. She muted herself.
yeah.
Maybe she mute herself.
Guys, everybody just mute themselves, please.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Apparently, there is a problem with my connection. Guys, please, the questions related to the project, we can fix it through the mails that we are sending to each other in private. This is for revision. If you have a question, please, can you hear me?
Yes, Miss. We can hear
Okay,
you.
anything related to the project, please send it to me privately. This is a revision lesson, okay? So we're wasting time of the revision. We already wasted a lot of time, okay? So you can ask me in private, and please check the rubric, because the rubric has everything included. Anything, what exactly are you going to be scored when you are doing what? If you put extra information, you're going to get 7 marks. If you just answer the questions, you're going to get 5 marks. If you used colors, you're going to get whatever. So please check the rubric before asking the questions related to the project. Okay, now let's start. And please, all of you, put your hands down. I'm going to go through each part separately. And each part, I will give you like 2 to 3 minutes to ask any questions related to it, okay? And then I will upload a link on like a post on Google Classroom if you have any questions related to the exam, anything that you can't understand, anything that you're still confused about, I'm more than happy to answer it, okay? So please now let's focus on the revision. So
Miss, before we start, can I just drink water?
Yeah, go drink water. Who is this?
Yusuf.
Yes, you go.
Miss, your voice is so lagging.
Is it still lagging?
No, your voice is not lagging, miss.
Okay.
It's lagging.
No, it's not lagging.
All right.
No,
All
it's
right.
not.
Mute your mics, please. Mute your mics. Mute your mics, all of you. Okay, guys.
Now it's good.
All right. So all of you, mute your mics, please. So you have 4 parts in your exam. Part 1 is electricity, part 2 is rocks and minerals, part 3 heat, and part 4 is magnetism. Only those 4 parts are the ones that will be included in your exam. No force, no any other thing, okay? So only those 4, the ones that will be included in your exam. So let's start with part 1, which is the electricity. And at the beginning we talked about matter, and we said that the matter, anything that is around us has smaller particles that called atoms. Those atoms has even smaller parts inside it, 2 kinds of particles. Some are positive and some are negatively charged. The ones that are negatively charged move more easily because they are much smaller and they are more free to be moving, unlike the positive particles. Inside the atoms, as I told you, you have positive and negative charge, and they act together like magnets. So if you have similar charges approaching each other, they will start to repel, while if you have different charges approaching each other, they will attract. The word neutral, why is an atom neutral? The word neutral means that the atom is not positive or negative. It's just, it's not charged at all. Why? Because when the number of positive charged particles inside the atom equal to the number of negative charge inside the atom, together they start to stick to each other, so they are like pairs, and this will make the whole atom uncharged because they are the same number, and this will make it neutral. So the whole atom is not charged, but inside the atom there are positive charged particles and negative charged particles. When they are equal in number, the whole atom will be neutral. When you read the word build up, we are talking about the static electricity. So the static electricity is the build-up of charges. Like what? Like the rubbing of the balloon or the lightning, okay? I really, I don't care about the process, how the rubbing the balloon or the lightning occurs. It doesn't matter. All what I want you to know are the examples of static electricity. So rubbing a balloon is a static electricity example, and lightning is a static electricity example. Okay, so the flow of electricity, we said build up equal static. Flow of electricity means current. So the electric current is the flow of electricity. It's flowing like water. And in order to flow, it has to have a pathway or a road to flow through. This pathway is called the circuit. So the circuit is the pathway where the electric current flows in. And the circuit is composed of three main parts: the power source, like the battery or the cell. I'm sorry, guys, I have a problem. Like,
Miss, I think your voice.
Again.
Where is the miss?
Okay,
Miss is muted.
again.
Who muted
Please
the
stop
miss?
talking.
The problem in the internet connection.
I guess.
Yes, I think.
okay, guys, let's continue. I'm sorry. Close your videos, come on. Okay, so the circuit has three main parts: the power source, the load, and the connectors. The power source is the battery. The load is anything that is taking in the electricity in order to work. Like, for example, the bulb, the buzzer, the motor, all of those things are the loads. The connectors is the wire that connects all the circuit parts together. So I'm going to remind you with the symbols of the circuit. First, the cell, the long line and the short line. The long line always represents the positive charge, while the short line represents the negative charge. There is also this symbol, which is the circle with an X inside it. This represents the bulb. The wire is just the straight line. The buzzer, it looks like the cup. And the motor is the circle with the M inside it for motor, okay? I put the switch on and switch off in a separate slide because I don't want you to get confused over them. So you have here two symbols. This is the open switch, and the open switch is when the two lines are not meeting, the ends of the switch are not meeting. It's an open switch, an open circuit, or a switch off. Some people are raising their hands. Yes, Muhammad, is there something wrong?
No.
Okay. Yusuf Mohsen.
Nothing. I was just about to lower it down.
Okay. So the switch, when the switch is open, it means that the switch is off. So if you want to turn off the light, you are opening the switch. This means that the circuit is open. And when the circuit is open, electricity is not flowing through it. So this means that it's not working. On the other hand, when we meet the two ends of the switch, this means that the switch is closed. So you closed the circuit, and this means that you turned on the switch. So when you close the switch, you're actually making the electricity flow through the circuit, and this way it's going to work. Now, what is the difference between the series circuit and the parallel circuit? The series circuit is when all the parts of the circuit are in the same pathway. So in this case, if I removed one of the bulbs in here, for example, the other one is going to be turned off. This means that you open the circuit, because one of the bulbs, when you removed it, you're actually removing a part of the circuit. And this way, it will be an open circuit and the other bulb is not going to work. While in case of parallel circuit, and this is how all of the electricity in our houses are connected, the parallel circuit. So this means that they are in separate circuits. So when you remove one of the bulbs, the other will work with no problems because they are not all connected together. They are in different pathways. Now, what's the meaning? How can we control the brightness and of the bulb, for example? So if you have a series circuit, and this is only applies to the series circuit, the parallel circuit is not affected by those things. This is affected only in the series circuit. So if you have a circuit with lots of power sources, lots of batteries, and short wires so that the electricity is not going to go through a long way, and thick wires, so this means that lots of electricity will have the opportunity to flow easily through the wire. In this case, the bulb will turn on or light brightly. But on the other hand, if you have a series circuit with lots of bulbs and very little amount of batteries and long wires, so this means that the electricity will go through a long trip, and thinner wires, so this means that they will start to find it very difficult to flow through the wire. In this case, the bulb will light dim. Now, what about the conductors and insulators of electricity? All metals, and we will add the graphite to them, although it's a non-metal. So all metals plus the graphite are conductors, while all non-metals like plastic, wood, rubber, but not the graphite, because we said that the graphite is a conductor, all non-metals are insulators. Okay, guys? The last part in the electricity is the safety rules. Of course, you don't play with electrical socket or plugs. You do not touch electricity while your hands are wet. You don't poke your fingers in anything else like a fork or a spoon inside toasters or sockets. You don't touch bare electrical wires. As long as it's not covered, you don't touch it. Never use electricity near water or the electrical appliances you should not, or devices you should not get inside the bathroom with. Never overload the plugs. So I'm done with the first part, guys. If you have a question, please raise your hand related to the electricity. Yes, Fayrouz.
How the phone is made of electricity, right?
The phone,
Yeah.
well, it gets connected to electricity. You charge it with electricity, yes.
No, the phone without charging the phone. Just
No.
catching the phone beside
No.
the water. Well, it makes something.
Of course, it will be broken. It will not electrocute you, but it will be bad for the phone, of course.
Mess.
The miss just answered you, Fayrouz.
Can you answer? Can you hear me? There's something with her connection, right? Okay, guys. Yusuf Mohsen, huh? Yusuf?
Miss, what if we have like a watch and it has a screen that it's waterproof. If you put it in water, will something happen to it?
No, Yusuf. Yes, Karma?
Miss, if I had a friend that had waterproof phone and she put on it water in front of me and nothing happened.
Okay, waterproof phone, nothing will happen to it. It's made for this purpose. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Let's get let's finish. So the second part are the rocks and minerals, guys. And the rocks and minerals, the word minerals, because I may ask you about the definition. I could give you the definition of something and ask you about what is this definition for. So when I say the word mineral, remember the two N's: natural, non-living. They are natural, non-living things that makes up a rock. Okay, so the properties of minerals are 4 properties: hardness, color, streak, and luster. Hardness is the one that we measure with the Mohs scale. Color, of course, all rocks have different colors. Some of them have similar colors. The streak is the powder left when you are rubbing when you're rubbing a rock against a rough tile, whether this tile is white or black. The powder left behind is called the streak. The luster is how the rock bounces the light off. Some do, some don't. When they do, they have different types of luster. Some are metallic, some are pearly, some are glassy, and when they don't, we call them dull. They are not bouncing any light at all. Now, the types of rocks, we have 3 main types of rocks: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic. Okay, guys, please, at the end of the part, I'm going to give you all the time to answer whatever you want. Okay, ask whatever you want. So you have the igneous rock, the sedimentary rock, and the metamorphic rock. The igneous rock is made of cooling off of the magma. So when the magma, which is the molten liquid under the volcano, when it cools down, it forms the igneous rock. If it cools down quickly, it will make a small grains. And for example, for it is the basalt. When it cools off slowly, it makes large grains like the granite. The second type is the sedimentary, and the sedimentary is where you find fossils. And why is that? Because the sedimentary rocks are made of several layers compacted together. One of those layers are dead plants or animals. Examples of them are sandstone and limestone. Now, what about the metamorphic rocks? The metamorphic rocks are igneous or sedimentary rocks, but they are subjected to very high temperature and pressure. And that's what turn igneous or sedimentary rocks into metamorphic rocks. Examples are the gneiss, the marble, and the quartzite. Now, this is the rock cycle, and as you can see, they are all related to each other. So when the metamorphic rock is melted underground, it forms magma, and the magma will, when they cool down, they produce igneous rocks. When they are subjected to rain or wind, this is what weathering and erosion means. It starts to break down into small particles, which are the sediments. And when the sediment starts to compact and compress, they form the sedimentary rock. And the sedimentary rock, when they are subjected to high heat and pressure, along with the igneous rocks, both of them will form the metamorphic rocks, and the cycle will go over again. So what are the uses of rocks? We have 3 examples: slate, granite, marble, and chalk. Slate is impermeable. It's very hard. It can be cut into sheets. Impermeable means that it does not allow water to pass through them, and this makes it perfect for roofing tiles. Please mute your mics. What makes it perfect for roofing tiles and billiard tables. Granite is very good for steps, roads, and buildings because it doesn't wear away easily. Marble is very good for statues and things that we want to make it beautiful, like floor tiles or wall tiles, because they have attractive texture and color. Chalk is made of a skeleton of tiny sea creatures, and it easily wears off, and this makes it perfect for writing sticks that we write with on blackboards. Now we're done with rocks, going on with soil, and soil is a mix of rocks, dead plants, animals, air, water, and minerals. All of those together makes up the soil. There are 3 types of soil: sand, silt, and clay. Sand soil have large particles, large air gaps, and this makes it high in permeability, so the water passes through them easily.
Yeah.
While the silt is always medium in size. So it has medium particles, medium air gaps, and this makes it accepted permeability. Yani it has an accepted permeability. Last is the clay, and the clay has tiny, very tiny particles and tiny air gaps, and this makes it very easy for it to allow the water to pass through it, so it has low permeability. Okay, guys, so please, if you have a very important question, raise your hand. Otherwise, we have to finish because we have less than 10 minutes. Yes, Yasin.
Miss, I don't know what is the meaning of slate.
Slate is a type of soil. You don't have to know what does it mean. It's a type of soil that its particles are medium in size. Okay? All right? Okay, Yusuf. Yes, Yusuf. An important question, Yusuf?
Yes.
Huh.
I did not understand.
هبعت لك حاجة على الواتساب ممكن توريها لماما عشان مش عايزة ماما تفضل.
Hey, yes, Yusuf.
I don't understand that much about what the uses of the rocks.
The uses of the rocks. The silt is, I'm sorry. The slate is used for roofing tiles because it's very hard, okay? So we use it for roofing because it will not allow the water to pass through them. Granite, it doesn't wear away easily, it doesn't break easily, so it makes it perfect for things that we use a lot, like steps and roads and buildings. Marble has beautiful texture and color, and this makes it perfect for floor tiles and wall tiles. While chalk wears away easily, so it's perfect for sticks for writing on blackboards. Okay? Yes, Ruby. Make it quick, guys. We have still the heat and the magnetism. Ruby.
Miss, I kind of forgot what permeability is.
Permeability is where it allows the water to pass through it or not. If it's permeable, it passes the water. If it's impermeable, it doesn't pass the water. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, Karma.
Okay.
Miss, are we going to have the cycle of the rocks in the exam?
I don't know. I might give you the picture and tell you what is this. You will choose cycle of rocks. All right? Hannah? Yes, Hannah. Hannah Muhammad. Do you have a question, dear?
Yes, Miss. In the exam, well, there's in the revision sheet, there is a question from the first. There is a question from the lesson in the first trimester. Will it come in the exam?
No, dear. Nothing from the first trimester will come.
So why did it come in the revision sheet?
Because in your exam, if you're having a normal exam, I'm going to give you a question about everything that you have learned before. But since this is an abnormal conditions, we're only giving you about what you're going to take right now. Okay? I'm giving you like general questions because you have to know all of the information. Do you understand, dear?
Okay.
All right. Now let's continue with the heat. Heat, there is a difference between the word thermal energy and heat. I have to go through it very quickly, guys, and please, I'm going to put a post on the Google Classroom for all of your questions. If you still have a question, I'm more than happy to answer it, okay, on Google Classroom, because we're really short in time, all right? So the thermal energy is the energy of moving particles of the matter. So, for example, if you are rubbing your hands against each other, you will start to feel the thermal energy. This is what happens with all the particles of the matter. Any particles of the matter, when they move, they start to rub against each other, and this will produce thermal energy. Now, the heat is the flowing of thermal energy. So, for example, I am touching a hot mug. The mug the thermal energy in the mug will start to flow through my hand. This is what heat is. This is when I say I feel the heat of the mug, okay? Now the heat sources are several, but the main source is the sun. Of course, there is the fire and light bulbs too. Heat always transfer from the hotter object to the colder object. And we can measure the thermal energy and the heat using the temperature.
Miss, your voice is lagging.
Do you hear me now? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. All right. So the temperature is how hot or cold an object is, and you can measure it using the thermometer. Inside the thermometer, there is the liquid that is very sensitive to the temperature changes, which is alcohol or mercury, okay? The temperature could be measured, the units of its measuring units is whether degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, both are right. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees. Our normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. Now, what about the heat conductors and heat insulators? All the metals are heat conductors. All non-metals are heat insulators. Now, the last part is the magnetism. And the magnetism, guys, there are several shapes of magnets and types of magnets, like the bar magnet, the horseshoe magnet, the wand, disc, ring, rod. All of those are different shapes and types of magnets. Magnets are made of magnetic materials, and there are only 4 magnetic materials. Of all the metals, only 4 are magnetic materials: iron, copper, iron, cobalt, not copper, I'm sorry, cobalt, nickel, and steel, okay? Magnets have 2 poles, North Pole and South Pole. When the similar poles come closer to each other, they start to repel. But if different poles are approaching each other, they will attract. The magnetic field is the area that surrounds the magnet, and it's where the magnetic force is present. If you get out of the magnetic field, the magnet will not have a power to attract anything. But as long as you're inside the magnetic field of the magnet, it will attract the magnetic material. It's very strong at the 2 poles and very weak in the middle. The electromagnet, guys, we can actually make a magnet by using a nail, and we call the nail a soft metal core, an iron nail, and then we coil a copper wire around it, and then we are going to attach this wire to a battery so that the electric current will pass through it. This way, the nail will start to act as a magnet. We use electromagnets in recycling, or where we separate the magnetic stuff from the non-magnetic stuff, or in vehicle scrappage. The vehicle scrappage are places where there is lots of iron and metal stuff that we need to move it from one place to another, or cars. So we use large electromagnets in order to do so. There is something called the magnetic keeper, which is a magnet too, or a magnetic material that we stick to a magnet so that it keeps the power of the magnet. Because if you left the magnet without using it, it will lose its magnetic power. So you stick this bar of magnet or bar of iron or steel to the magnet in order to keep the magnetic force flowing. There are magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. The magnetic materials are only 4: iron, cobalt, nickel, steel. Any other thing, whether it's metal or non-metal, it is non-magnetic. Now, how to safe handle the magnet? Because we have less than a minute. Muhammad, if you have a question, you will leave it on Google Classroom. I'm very sorry, because we have to finish. Don't bang the magnets together. And you have to wear safety goggles when you're dealing with it, because it might break and something gets inside your eye. Don't drop the magnet because it would lose its effectivity. You have to use protective gloves while dealing with it. Don't put it next to food or drinking water. Don't put it in high temperature places. Don't put it next to videotapes or credit cards, audio tapes, screens. It will affect all of those things, and you have to store it in a dry place. We're done, guys. I'm very sorry. I'm going to upload right now the post. You can put all of your questions in it, and of course I'm going to upload this video. I hope you all the best.